G'day, guys. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. While it's very important for the Steelers to win in Week 18, for the Bills to win, and for the Jets to win, led by Joe Flacco, there's also another important game that I want to discuss. And this game is connected to our mate, your mate, my best mate, Chase Claypool. Now, this game is, in fact, the Houston Texans versus the Colts, and another game as well is the Bears versus the Vikings. But we all know, pretty much in a nutshell, the Vikings are going to smash the Bears. That's going to happen. But I've shown this graphic before and I'll show it again. This needs to happen in Week 18. Bills beat the Pats. Let's go, Bills. Jets beat the Dolphins. Let's go, Jets. Steelers beat the Browns. But this other game I'm talking about is the Houston Texans versus the Colts. And we all know that we traded away Claypool. And a lot of fans out there were saying, trade Deontay, get rid of him. Deontay Dropson. Look, I put criticism on Deontay Johnson, but I thought he could figure it out. But everyone said, trade Johnson, keep Claypool. Since Claypool left the Steelers, right, the Steelers are 6-2. And since Claypool joined the Bears, they're 0-8. Check it for yourself. The Bears have not won a game since Claypool joined their team. Versus Miami, they're 35-32. Detroit beat them 31-30. Atlanta, 27-24. New York Jets, 31-10. Green Bay, 28-19. Philadelphia, 25-20. The list goes on and on and on and on. Buffalo, 35-13, 41-10. Claypool joins the team and they get worse, and Claypool leaves the Steelers and we get better. Maybe there's a bit of a connection between those two, because our Steelers since the bye, 2010 New Orleans. Sure, we lost the Bengals 37-30. We beat Indy, we beat Atlanta, we lost to Baltimore. We all know whose fault that was, and that was Trubisky. And then Carolina, we were on a 3-game stretch. Carolina, Las Vegas, and Baltimore. Beat them three in a row. This is probably the best trade maybe in Steelers history. Getting rid of Claypool at the right time. He wasn't doing anything for the Steelers, and they've played better. Much, much better. But Claypool was interviewed the other day in the Bears locker room, and he said this. I think it was like last Thursday or last week. He said, this offseason might be my biggest offseason yet. I'm real excited, Claypool said. I'm going to get with Justin and the receivers in the offseason. We're going to start building this thing, he said. Not only this season, but in the offseason, I'm really excited for next season. So he pretty much has said offseason 5 times, and he said he's excited like 5 times. I hope people haven't counted me out yet. I've got a lot to bring to the table. Is he joking? Like, for real, is Claypool like, honestly? I know I'm a Claypool hater. I can't stand his TikTok. I couldn't stand him since the day he did that. What really broke it for me, guys, was that first down marker. That really broke me. I was like, you're more about you than you are the team. First down, and you just like the ramifications for that first down marker or that pose was all about you. Was nothing about the team. With 40 seconds to go, you're out there posing for a first down. You wasted 20 seconds. You got into a fight with Trey Turner in the offseason as well. When you talk about the offseason, you also got into a fight with Minka. I'm just not a fan of you. And then you go to your skill set. Your skill set is horrible. Absolutely horrible. Now, in his rookie year, sure, he had a good rookie year. He got voted as rookie MVP by the Steelers. 11 TDs, 1 rushing. Big Ben found him over the middle. The Eagles game was fantastic and fun to watch. But he was a one-man show and a one-man trick pony. That was it. It was the 1 year. The second year, he fell off. This year, he fell off. And the Steelers said, you know what? We're going to break ties. We're going to trade Claypool away. And this might be one of the best trades in Steeler history. Trade him away and get back a second, and a high second. Now, of course, we went and got Claypool for a second, and he did his time in Pittsburgh. Didn't overly do too much damage, to hurt the organization. On the flip side, too, he didn't do too much positive things either. The only thing I saw in Claypool with respect to him and his ability to play was that first year, that first season where he went out there and was like, he was crazy. But then as the seasons went on, the last 2 seasons and this season in particular, nothing special stood out. That Kenny Pickett first pass down the field, he jumped up, he turned into a pretzel, and he tried to catch a football with his knees. There's nothing really special about him. And you wrap it up all together, he's called Mapletron. He's got the ego of a bloody. He thinks he's the god of all gods. He calls himself the top 3 receiver, and he's done nothing, absolutely nothing. So to me, it's very comical to see him in this position where they go and lose 8 games in a row since that happened, right? It's crazy to me how this has worked out. So I wanted to read a thing I found on the internet, because this to wrap it up into a nice, neat little bow, a nice little neat Claypool bow, right? The Houston Texans currently sit on a 2-13-1 record. They play the Colts. If the Colts in the final game lose to the Texans and the Bears lose to the Vikings, then the Pittsburgh Steelers would hold the 33rd pick. However, so the first pick of the second round. However, Miami Dolphins forfeited their first round pick in 2023. So there's only 31 picks in this draft. So either way, the Steelers are going to get a 33rd pick or a 34th. It doesn't matter, right? But icing on the cake for the Claypool trade, the Bears lose, the Houston Texans win, and we get a higher draft pick. We unofficially get the 32nd pick, if that makes sense, right? Texans win, Bears lose, which they will. 32nd pick unofficially. Now, I also want to bring up his stats too, because, and I haven't got it ready, but I will bring it up right now, because it just, to me, why everyone, the whole Bears community, I went into a lot of Bears YouTube posts, and they're like, oh, we're so keen to see Claypool. The Pittsburgh Steelers didn't use him right, They didn't use him right. We're going to link him up with Fields, and it just didn't happen. It didn't happen. So you go to his stats, right? And I'll read some of his stats as well from Claypool's stats in 2022 and also for the Pittsburgh Steelers, because I am so happy this happened, right? In the 3 years he played for the Steelers, of course, he had the big year in 2020. He had 109 targets, 873 yards. He had 62 receptions, 14.1 yards average. In 2021, he had 14.6. He had 9 TDs in his first year, a couple of rushing touchdowns, 2 TDs in the follow-up year. But in 2022, for the Steelers, in 8 games, he had 1 TD. And look, it's different with the offense and Kenny Pickett, but still, he had 1 TD, wasn't getting open. His longest was 26, had 50 targets and 311 yards. Now, here's the thing, why I think it's the best trade or one of the best trades in Pittsburgh Steelers history. He didn't fit this offense. To me, he's not a real receiver. He calls himself top 3. I wouldn't even count him as top 20. And maybe, I did say a few months ago that was going to be my last Claypool video. But maybe in the future, I might do a video saying there are 25 other better receivers than Claypool. 110%. You could name them easily, right? Easily. We might do that in the future. Maybe. Like Deontay's better. Pickens is better on the team. Steven Sims is even better. Who else like from other teams? Like Jerry Jeudy, guys like that. Debo Samuel, guys like that for sure. Stephon Diggs, all those guys are 110% better, right? And there's probably more other guys that are second or third. Brandon Ayuk too, guys like that. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who would be better. But there are a lot of receivers better than Claypool being a top 3. So makes no sense. We have Claypool in 2022 when he got traded to the Bears after now having 8 losing games, right? Great trade. All right. He has 12 receptions in 6 games. 23 targets, 111 yards, 9.3 average, 0 TDs, and a longest of 31, first downs 5, and 1 fumble. 1 fumble as well. The guy's done absolutely nothing in this league or with the Bears in the trade. So the Pittsburgh Steelers won this trade. Not only do they get rid of a poor receiver, they get back a second-round pick, and because the Bears are losing, they get a higher second-round pick. So we if the Bears lose and the Texans win, we unofficially get a 32nd pick in a first-round pick because the Miami Dolphins squandered their stuff away too. I don't know, guys. I think this might be one of the best trades in a very long time. Now, guys, to end the video, I do want to give a shout-out to my Aussie mates. Yuli, quarterback, who likes his favorite player being Big Ben. Steelers West is going to be our punter, and his favorite player is Troy Palam and Brian H. is a free safety, and his favorite player is the Bus. Pepper is going to be also, we have a second punter on the team, and her favorite player is Ward. If you guys want to help me out and if you got this far in the video, hit that like, hit that sub. If you want to do any more, if you want to help me out and become a YouTube Steeler Nation Australian member, the first tier is mates rates, $3 USD a month. Nothing too special, right? Just a little bit to help me out. And you name in the credits and you get the general support. So I thank you guys for being members of the channel. I thank you guys for liking the channel. And I also thank the Pittsburgh Steelers for trading away Claypool. All right, guys, I'll see you later.
Coach Stumlin, let's go for the win, man.